Exactly.
This is kind of like ridiculous, but
You know, like every bowl of pho you get is like a little present because you gotta build it. You know what I mean? You gotta take the, you gotta. Oh no!
Okay.
Can you still hear me?
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, that's
Wait, what
pho.
the fuck?
You know.
Error occurred while loading.
Oh, that's an interesting error.
Uninitialized constant TicTac. Oh, is it just telling me I don't have a class?
Yeah, if you scroll up just a little bit, it had it written down.
Yeah, you should have all that already in there,
Oh,
right?
like this? Whatever.
Yeah, I think from explains it in the lab, like it shows everything in that
Oh, okay.
that readme before the lab, I think, and then it says you can something like that. Yeah.
It does give you something to copy and paste,
Somewhere.
I thought.
Yeah, somewhere it does this. I don't know.
But it's pretty easy because we know we need a class TicTacToe, and then we know we need to initialize with a board.
With a what?
Based on the instructions on the left-hand side, we know that we have to initialize with a game board.
Gotcha. All right. Initialize assignments that. So I remember you doing this with you, Jacques. Assigns an instance variable at board.
Yeah. Yep. So we are initializing with a board, and so we.
I did it one way, and you said you were like, "Oh no, that's not."
Yeah, like let's make it as abstractable as possible. So that board is equal to. Your initialize is going to take a variable or an argument, by the way.
Argument.
Yeah, very good.
Name.
Yep, and then you're throwing in here. It's either going to be that argument. So it's either going to be or name, or you want to ditch those parentheses.
Hey.
I got it right this time. So it's either going to be name or what's the key for what's the magic word? Yeah, there you go.
Pipelines.
Or, yeah, pipes. Yeah. Or it's going to be an array dot new. Now we can create an array really nicely here with a capital A. Yeah, just capital A array. Yep. And then dot new. And now the context in these parentheses are going to tell us how many spaces there are. So we need 9 spaces for the board, comma, and then quotations with a space in it. And that should get us to pass. Oh, Batuma
Cool.
wants to join us. We're growing in number. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
We're
So
good
we
now?
got one.
She's in, or whoever that is. Hey.
Hello.
Hi, guys. Hello.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Super
We've been-
good. We're coming up on hour number 7 or 8 today. So Jonathan's so excited. He's got some whiskey maybe hanging out. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Just coffee. Just coffee.
yeah.
I'm addicted to coffee. I used to
thought
drink
that
tea, but it doesn't do its job anymore.
So we only got through the first one of TicTac. We just started TicTac. We got through the rest of the labs for object orientation. And yeah, you just, if you know the answer or you know how to get there, just shout it out. All right?
Okay.
And
Cool.
so a bunch of us have already done this, but what we're trying to do is like make sure that we know how we did it, more than just having the answer. So so that's kind of helpful if we kind of work through it, problem solve, and yeah.
Here we go.
Okay. So did that pass that test?
Oh,
Yes.
Still failing.
Well, yeah, we have an argument error. Wrong number of arguments given 0, expected 1. So,
Oh, it doesn't need an argument then.
right. And we gave it 1, so we can remove that argument.
Really?
Oh, look at you, Donna.
Look at me.
Wait, so it's gonna fail again then, because in the initialize method we have a unknown variable name now.
Yeah, name error.
So, you know what you should, I don't know if it even matters. What if you just put board equals array.new? Otherwise, you'll have to take initialize with an argument that at default is set to nil.
It worked.
Oh,
Nice.
nice.
Good job.
Okay, moving on.
Money.
So define. Oh wait, is that a method? That's not a method. Winning combination with arrays. Okay, so win combinations equals. They kind of help you with it down here. To start it. Fuck. Ah. Yeah, something. So all they're asking here is kind of like, what are the possible winning combinations? Jacques had to help me with this shit.
Oh yeah. So if we just go to the left of your screen, they've got the win combinations there. And so
48.
if you,
Oh, yeah.
and that tells you exactly what the board loadout is going to be like, right? So we know that there's 0 through 8 positions on the board because we created a board with 9 spaces. And we know that in TicTacToe, you have to have 3 in a row in order to win, right? I know.
Right.
I moonlight as a rapper. I'm not very good, but I got that one. So we know that we got, yeah, exactly. Yep. And you're just going to iterate through all of the options. So there's several more.
Oof.
So we've
How many
got,
more?
now you can just look at your board, right? We have 0, 3, 6.
Then we have
Yep, we got 1, 4, 7.
Wait, are you guys just coming up with all the numbers that'll get you to win tic-tac-toe?
Right now,
Yeah.
yep, that's exactly it.
Okay, makes sense.
So and then 2, 5, 8, right?
2, 5, 8, yep, and then we got our diagonals to hit too.
Which is 6, 4, 2.
Yep.
0, 4, 8.
I'm gonna mute myself so that you all don't hear the slurping, because this pho.
My
sounds
stomach's
good.
grumbling. I want
Yo,
some pho.
I know, right? You gotta get some. You gotta take a break and eat. We've been at this for a hot minute,
Oh, I've ate.
Just not pho.
Just not pho.
That's all of it, right? Or fuck, I'm confused.
0, 4, 8. Let's see how many lines are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah, there should be 8 of them. I
Yeah,
think.
that's it.
Yeah. So you're going to get an error though because you don't have commas separating each one of them.
Oh, okay.
And
Each
you can,
bracket.
yeah, exactly. And you can make this a lot like cleaner too if you don't have them all as their own line. But that's like semantics.
It also is it's a nested array too, so it needs to be.
Oh fuck.
Oh yeah, huh?
Yeah.
It's a
You know
what?
what's really funny? In my code, I didn't end up doing that properly. Wow. I don't know how that passed.
So Berkeley, what was it?
You just need to have all of these inside of another pair of brackets, like it's inside of another array. So you should.
Like that?
Yeah, but like the square brackets, not the curly. Yep, and then just put one at the end after 8, after 048.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Line 16.
No, it should be after the comma.
Why do you do that again?
Because it's nesting. So
Because
maybe Berkeley can maybe.
Because they would just be like arrays, just like wandering around all over the place. They wouldn't be organized. So now the way they put it, this isn't me that came up with this. This is like what they did in the README before. They have arrays nested within a whole nother one array. If that makes sense.
And you should always do this when you have like a large amount of arrays that you're writing, or is this?
I'm assuming. I don't know. Like, well, later on, I'm sure we'll find out.
Okay.
You will want it to be in some kind of organization because the goal is to abstract as much of the code as possible. And that just means like make it so that you can be lazy. And so if you put all that data inside of something else, you can just call that something else instead of having to find each individual piece of data.
Makes sense. Do you guys do this all the time?
This is our first time.
Oh, okay, because this is so helpful.
Yeah, I think we'll figure something out. I just looked at the cost for doing a Zoom like membership, and I think we will pay for it so that I can have multiple people on for an unlimited amount of time.
I don't mind putting in money.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's fresh, yo. This is really good. So yeah, we'll figure it out. This was Jonathan's brainchild, but it's awesome. So
nice job, Jonathan.
We'll
friends who also do like computer engineering, they use Google.
Oh, okay. Like Hangouts or something?
I think
it's called Google Groups, right?
Yeah, and you can still share your screen and stuff.
Nice. Okay, well we should look at that and see because it'd be dope for it to be free.
I think it's
Right. So,
hey, that's a good point for me to sign off. Unfortunately, I have to go do some other things. It's been awesome with you guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Berkeley.
Dude, thanks for hanging out all day.
And I can't wait to do it again because I think it's going to be really critical for us.
Yeah,
for sure.
This has helped me a lot, just explaining things. I learn more. So.
Is there a day of the week that works best for everybody, like typically? Where we could do like a longer, like couple hours of review kind of thing?
I mean, to me, it would make sense to possibly, if that works for everybody, is the weekend because we have lectures and during the week, and we have to get the labs done during the week. So, I mean, it may not be realistic for everybody, but like a Saturday or maybe Friday. I don't know. Maybe Friday actually.
Friday happy hour.
Happy hour, yes.
Yeah.
She was listening.
Right.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you guys let me know if you guys come up with anything today or anything. But,
all right, we'll see you in class tomorrow, man.
See you guys. Have a great night.
Thanks for all your help.
Bye. Bye.
okay,
What a boss. That guy's awesome. Freaking love Berkeley. All right.
All right, so display board prints arbitrary arrangements of the board. We know it's a method because it has a hash, so define display board. And run that. And gives us failure error expected output to include XXX. What the fuck?
So now what we're doing is we're just printing what the board is going to look like, right? And so
with the X's and the O's.
We're literally going to have, well, it'll start with just a bunch of empty blocks, I think.
I'm gonna just copy that because it's a lot.
It is, yep.
So
yeah, because this is text-based.
Yeah.
All right.
I think it was already put in there, but I'm not sure.
We did get it from somewhere, yeah. It wasn't original. I think it was in the file before this one.
Yeah, I think that's where it was.
But yeah, will you copy and paste that into the chat?
Yep.
Yeah, and so, I mean, if we just like look through that quick, right? We've got 5 lines of puts. Starting with 18, we're creating a board, right? A 3x3 board. and it is just interpolating into each space. I think that's the fancy terminology. The position of the board, I think. You know, that's what my brain says. But anyway.
What happened?
You broke it.
Too many ends. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Moving on. Everybody got that?
Yep.
Yep. All right. So we're moving on.
You guys are doing this quick. It would have took me like 5 hours.
Well, they've already all done it.
Yeah. Okay, so and now we're moving on the next one. So it's define. Oh shit. Define input to index. In fact, how do you say your name?
You can call me Fatima.
Fatima.
It's
Okay.
Fatima though.
Okay, Fatima. You know how to see that it's a method, right?
Yes.
Okay, great. There's a little hash. Yeah. So we've been just blurting out like random tips that everybody kind of, everybody knows and stuff.
I've
So
been
if you know any tips, just shout them out.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And run it. Failure. Okay. Says TicTacToe input to index accepts the user's input as a string as an argument. So nothing was raised. Argument error raised. So I'm assuming there needs to be an argument, some type of argument, which is this right here.
Yeah, which is the string. Yep, you're good.
And then
So that's the person's choice, basically.
okay.
Okay.
Accepts the user's input. So it's like,
Yeah,
I think last time we talked about this, it wasn't the gets, right?
it was not the gets. No, that gets done later on. So here, what we just want to do is we just want to save their choice. Is really what we're doing, and we're turning it from a number that a player would understand to a number that our computer would understand.
Oh, okay.
So
Right, like this?
yeah, so let's create, because we're saving this information and we're probably going to need it outside of this method, we should probably save it as like a instance method, or as an instance variable, excuse me. So like maybe like at choice or something like that. Yeah, and then we're going to go equal, I think.
Before the two or after?
Before the two, yeah, that 2i needs to be attached to something, right? So
Yes.
it'll be equals, and then I think we're doing string dot 2i. And ladies, do you know what the 2i is?
I don't.
No, I don't.
Okay.
So
Go ahead.
it's the two. It turns a string into an index, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So when you see like a number that's a string, it just turns it into a regular number.
And that, of course, only works if the string is already a number. If you put in the words fox, it can't turn that into an integer. So you'll get an error. And then this still isn't going to work for us down the road. And do you know why?
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, this is going to be important for us down the road. And I don't think the code asks us to do it yet, but oh yeah, it does actually. The error you just got converts the user's input from the user-friendly format on a 1 to 9 scale to the array-friendly format, where the first index starts at 0.
So it's like a +1 situation.
It's probably more like a -1 situation.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go. And I think that'll do it.
All right.
Yeah.
So
You said, okay, so the choice that they make goes from a string to an integer -1, so it can balance itself out, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But why is it, Jacques, why is it -1? Because doesn't it start with 0? Wouldn't it be +1?
well, the user input is going to be on a 1 to 9 scale.
Yeah.
Because the user is going to see position 1 as the top left, right? And 9 as the bottom right.
Yeah.
If you look at your display board there.
Yeah.
But as you can see, the array and the way that the computer, the program is functioning, it starts at 0. The first position of an array is 0, not 1. So we need to subtract from the value that we're given by a player so that it fits within the confines of the display board.
Gotcha. Okay.
I think. Do you like how much confidence I say that first half with when I realized
You convinced me.
Okay, define, move, and okay. It's given 2 arguments right here, but I didn't give them anything, so we know that we need to put 2 arguments.
So it doesn't matter what it is. So like
This one could be move allows X player in the top left and in the middle. So I'm just going to put A and B for now.
cool.
Well, hold on now. Our error or our response or the line number 1 there tells us that that one of those items that we get is coming from the player's input. So doesn't it need a value, right? Move allows X player in the top left and O in the middle. So, and it has something to do with the player's input. They can't make a move if they don't have an input. So that tells me that one of these 2 arguments has to be the input that we received from the player.
Can I just ask a question?
Yeah.
Are you like a beginner or do you?
Yeah,
really-
I've never looked at code before this class started.
Are you
We all
serious?
have it. Yeah.
Yeah, I got no clue. So,
Are you
but
serious?
I'm dead serious. But I've spent a lot of time like on video chats with other classmates to just like learn stuff and ask questions.
Okay.
And I pretend real good.
Okay.
I'm really good at pretending. So I think that input is gonna be like input to index, man. I think that's coming from line 25.
Sorry, what'd you say? What?
I think that your first argument of the method move needs to be input to index.
Wow.
That's what I was trying to hint at earlier. And I just wasn't like, it wasn't clicking. All right, and then the second one probably doesn't matter. I don't know. Maybe it does.
Hey, do you mind scrolling up really quick? I
Yeah.
think I'm missing something.
You go bullshit school.
TicTacToe.
Oh, I see. Hey, Jonathan, I also noticed that this is asking us to have tokens. This means that we have to have something called an X and something called an O.
Yes, sir.
So that's another variable that this method defines, I think.
Okay, you can go back down.
Cool. You got everything?
I have no idea what I did. It's not.
Make sure it's not any special characters from copying and pasting from
Yeah, you're.
Zoom.
You'll get dots.
Yeah.
Like face of the board, you'll get little dots from spaces, so watch out for those.
Is it
Yeah, I got all the dots.
Fatuma?
Fatima?
I'm gonna send it to you on
Fatima?
Slack.
Fatima, Are you following? Are you tracking with where we're at?
Yeah.
Okay. Have you done this one, or are you working alongside us?
I'm actually not. I'm just watching you guys do
Okay.
it.
Cool. Just wanted to see like if we needed to like wait for you to get stuff typed in, or like what the case was. But
No, I'm trying to watch because if I try to do both, then I'll forget what you're doing.
yeah, I feel that. I feel that deep in my bones. Cool.
So move input to index B. B can the second argument can be anything, right?
It can be anything, but my guess is that it's going to need to be like whose turn it is, because we have to know who, we have to know where, and we have to know who, and I think that's important for this method.
Player.
Yeah, perfect.
Cool.
So let's see what your error message is asking for here. All right, so you can see there that it expected to get an X in the first position and an O in the, what's that, fifth position?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we have to figure out how to display either one.
So what? Okay. So what was that?
A hiccup.
I think.
Oh, sorry.
That's funny. All
My
right,
bad.
so I think we have to reference the board because we're changing the board, right? So I think we have to
Okay.
go. Does that make sense, y'all? So I think we
Yeah.
got to call the board up, which is that board. Yep. And I think we have to put the input to index, which is going to indicate where it goes. We got Elijah joining us, I think.
Cool.
Dope, dude. I'm so glad people are signing on. What up?
What's up?
How you doing? How you doing?
Ooh, who's that?
Doing well. No, I just wanted to see how you guys are doing.
Yeah, we're going 7 hours strong, and
Crazy. Nice.
it's great. And we're
Nice.
working on TicTacToe, and we're just kind of getting started. So, have you done TicTacToe already, Elijah?
Yeah, so I finished everything.
Okay, dope. Yeah.
I finished pretty early, so I've just been reviewing everything over again. I haven't started with the next set of material yet, but
I don't even think it's out yet, to be honest. So I think
yeah, it is. You can switch
What?
materials
Have
and
to
go into
switch
it.
the track up at the top of the
Mhm.
menu.
Oh, cool. Well,
Yeah.
anyway, Jonathan's gonna look now.
I want to switch that.
If you,
Oh, yeah, switch material. Hey.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
cool.
I'm not even gonna look at that right now.
At any time.
It's not overwhelming.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
So Jonathan and I have both finished it, but we thought it would be really helpful to review all of the object orientation stuff. And so we
definitely.
just started this morning at the first object orientation lab, and as people have joined, we've just kind of gone through them. So, what do you mean?
Checked. I would have logged on since the morning.
Yeah. So any tips that you have, Elijah, as we go, please share them. Any like, if you're like, oh, and if we're stuck and you've got a tip or something to be helpful with, please do. It sounds like you finished like a week and a half ago, so you can just throw in some like, drop some knowledge, that'd be great.
I don't know how expert I am, but yeah. Cool.
Okay, so all right, app board input to index.
Yeah, and that index, the input to that board is going to be the player, right? It's going to be either an X or an O. So I think the input to index needs to be in brackets to indicate where we're at.
Gotcha. Okay.
Right, because we're accessing a array, and then we're going in to input to index, and then that has to equal to, in your case, it's player, and that's going to be the token, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So far, that's
I concur.
pretty sound.
right.
All right, let's see.
When you figured that out, Jack, did you have help or was it just kind of?
This one came to me in a vision, and and I was just like, I figured this one out on my own. I think I started getting help, like current player or something, so a little ways down. But yeah, so that's awesome. We've got move done.
I haven't read the blurb yet, but did it include the display board, or did you figure that out on your own?
The display board is from the lesson that's before this one.
Ah, okay.
And yeah, there was no way I was coming up with that crap. So I just stole it from the one before.
Yeah, why not?
You know,
Okay.
it's no
Cool.
reason to beat your head into a wall. You know,
Work smarter, not harder.
that's right. Unless you're
Yes.
Jonathan, in which case.
All right, so it said that we needed an argument, so I put an argument. So position taken returns true or false based on whether the position on the board is already occupied. Okay, so the position taken returns true or false based on whether the position on the board is already occupied.
So basically, we got to figure out. I'm just gonna put it in different words. We got to figure out if there is an X or an O on the board. Like, is that an empty space, or has somebody taken it? Right?
Yeah.
How would we do that?
Game position
Good
taken.
question.
They're all great questions.
Guys, this one is you can do this. This one's easy. You got this.
Would it be like else?
Aaron's coming in with the clutch.
So but how do you say occupied? Like,
well, so if we look at the method that's right ahead of us or right in front of us, right?
Yeah.
We had to call the board's input to index, right? So we called the available positions on the board. Doesn't that sound like it'd be helpful here?
For sure. Okay, so if input to index.
Do we equal it to
Whose input to index? Sorry, Fatima, go ahead.
The boards?
do we equal that to like an empty bracket? Or
Well, okay, so if we just scroll up a little bit, we'll see that each position go all the way up to the top. Each position in the board is occupied by a string right now. And that string has a space in it, so it can't just be empty brackets. Are you following?
yeah.
So the space is where the O or the X will go?
Yes, exactly. Nailed it. Cool. So let's go back down.
So board input to index, which is saying like if the board has like an input or whatever.
If the position, right, that's placed is equal to X or O, we know that the position is taken.
That makes
A
sense.
double equal?
Yeah. Yep. Double equals. Yep.
X.
This is a nice thing about Ruby is you can almost literally say in English descriptively what you're trying to accomplish, and that's the code that you have to write. You know, so it's really nice.
Something like this.
Yeah.
Single quotation.
You might have to. Oh, your if needs a end.
Oh yeah.
And it might also need like your else's and stuff, but we'll see if this works. I don't know. Okay, let's see. Wrong number of arguments. Why is that the wrong number of arguments? Oh, I think that needs your namespace there. I think that needs to be input to index because we're taking in the position that's been taken.
That makes sense. Input.
Yeah.
Did I pass it? No.
Okay, hold on, but we did get forward though, because now we're getting something else. How do we soft return true if that statement is true?
No.
At,
True.
Yes, sir.
But do we have to write false if it's false, right?
I think yes. Yeah. Yo, you're magical. You're doing so great.
Uh,
Did that work?
no.
No, what'd you do?
So true, false based on the weather position the board is already occupied.
Would you need to, and I'm just big brain play thinking out loud, would it have to be instance variable board input to index equal to X, or instance variable board input to index is equal to 0 or O, I mean, instead of having it just equal to, you know what I mean? Yeah.
That board and then input to index.
Yeah. That's a mouthful. You know how hard it is to say all that like over and over? Jeez. It's like a tongue twister. Oh, I broke you. Why did I break you? Let's see. Why did I break you? Oh, it's not equals to 0 over there. You got to set it equals to 0. Equal.
Yeah.
Woohoo.
That's N. That's N.
This is already like more efficient than my original code, which is really cool. So we might like, yeah, I don't know. I'm surprised. Okay, cool. This is neat.
Give them one argument. Okay. Turns true false based on what the position is already occupied. Wait, what? Isn't that what we just did? Returns true false based on. So I guess we'll need that input to index shit. Oh.
Does this one also need to be an if statement?
I do not believe so.
Okay.
But it might be helpful to use a bang operator, as I think we would have called an exclamation point. I don't know why they didn't just call it an exclamation point, you know?
Because bang saying sounds way cooler.
Okay, you got me there,
Exclamation
Kayla.
point.
I know. How lame. All right. So, and what does that do again? Is it do the opposite, right? Is it an opposite function? Anybody remember?
So, but wouldn't it be in front of at board or?
Probably yes. And I don't think you need to reference at board. I think. Oh, you do. Yeah. No, I think.
So
I'm
it's
confused.
not
No,
at board.
I think that you need to reference the method you just created, not at board input to index. I think that needs to be position taken ?
Position.
You know what I mean? Because we're saying, hey, if this position is not taken, If the position is not taken, then we want to fill it up. You know?
Yep. So returns a true false based on what. So if it like equals.
Yeah. So position taken puts out a true or false for us, and we want to capture that. So we want to take in an argument right after position taken. I think it's going to be in parentheses. I think because we're not. Yeah. And then take away those equals and see if we made progress. Oh, you need a question mark at the end of position taken.
Why do you
What's
need a question mark?
because that's what the method on line 33 is called. Position taken question mark.
Oh, okay.
Yep. And then your argument there probably needs to be input to index. But that might screw it up. I wonder if it. Go ahead. Let's see. Let's learn.
Hey.
Dude.
Wait. Checks that the attempted move is within the bounds of the game board.
Hey, that's easy. How do you do that?
I have no idea.
Well, both things have to be true. So we probably want to use like an and operation or something.
Yeah.
And yeah, and what does that need to be?
Like so? Let's run it, see what happens.
Maybe. That could work.
Hey.
That worked. That's impressive. I'm tired, guys. Can you tell? My commentary is getting like less and less helpful.
Turn count.
And counts occupied.
Oh wait, what did I do?
What's up, Kayla? I think
I
that's
probably
Kayla.
typed something wrong. Mine's not passing. Let's see.
I'm gonna move up. Just let me know.
And the board input to index on the right of the double and, are those square brackets?
Yes.
I can't tell. Okay. Well, that's weird. Valid move. Why aren't you behaving?
Is it passing or no?
For me?
Yeah.
Nah.
I'm gonna scroll up. Does that look all normal or no?
Yeah. Yep. It's all good. Weird.
How we
What
doing?
did I do?
Kayla's not passing.
And
What's your error saying?
it says undefined local variable or method.
Does it give you a line or a place to look?
Yeah, what does it all say? Like what method is it?
All let's see. Definition valid dot move, input to index. So that whole method isn't working for some reason.
Okay, this one. So do you have the exclamation point right here?
Question mark?
Yeah, this one right here. See it?
Yeah.
Yeah, he called it an exclamation point, but he meant question mark.
And then do you have this right here?
Yes, I also have that.
Position taken. Here's another one. It's always like these little things.
Position taken, have the question mark, normal parentheses, input to index, space, and, add board, square brackets, input to index.
And
Weird.
it's not passing still?
No.
Okay, let's double check the variables that are being passed to that method, or the arguments, excuse me, to make sure that that is matching what you have before. So valid move is calling on input to index, which is a method we defined earlier. So if we just make sure that that's all the same.
Yep, all those are good.
So it might be in position taken since we're calling it on valid move.
Yeah.
To make sure this is all.
Okay. Def, position taken, question mark, input to index, if at board. Is it just because I forgot this space? Oh man, let's see.
Yeah, it's pretty finicky sometimes.
No, still not working.
And then you put the
Equal.
likes.
Yeah, the quotes.
Yeah.
Got that. Then
Capital X.
or, yeah, capital X.
And then or.
At board. Input to index equals big O.
With the strings on it. True,
And
else.
then enter true, enter else, enter false, and end. Oh, that's annoying.
I can send it to you. Let me see.
I'll just say here, do you want to share your screen so we can see?
Yeah, that too.
Just share your screen, Kayla.
Okay. Share screen. Can you see?
Yeah, I can see it. All right.
Okay.
So let's start from the very top.
Okay.
Okay. At board equals array.new, blah, blah, blah. Okay, scroll down. 0, 1.
Be right back. I'm gonna go get some chips.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And move input index / player. At board equals player end. Define position taken.
Tell me when to scroll back up
Okay.
or down.
True, false. All right, scroll down. Keep scrolling, just stop right there. Find valid dot move question mark input index. That's not passing for it?
Nope.
Okay, scroll down
I
and
have this error here.
undefined local number valid. Oh, that's why. It's not a dot. It's underscore between valid and move.
Oh man. Thanks.
Yeah. It's always like those little things.
Right? I'm really good at typos.
So just run it, see if it passes.
Yeah, it's passing now.
Okay, back at it. Okay, turn counts. Counts occupied position. Okay. Occupied position. Turn count 4. Wait, what? TicTacToe turn count counts occupied position. Oh, Jacques.
Oh, yes.
Turn count. Yeah. How do we? What
Okay.
do we?
Yeah, so this is really good. So we need to know if, like, we can't just count how many turns have happened because we could have had somebody put something in that had already been taken. So we can't just count the number of turns, right? But we could maybe add a qualifier to a counter. So like, let's just create a variable called count so that we can like modify that. And
Up here, or it doesn't matter.
it doesn't matter, I don't think. Let's do it inside this method. And it might not even be necessary. I don't, but we're going to create it just in case. And it's actually going to be set equal to 0 because we want to be able to add to it, if without like creating a whole bunch of things. It's an integer we can change and then call on later. Let's move that above your app board input to index thing just for, posterity's sake. Hey, all right, come on. Does anybody here have cats?
No.
My cats love to like play with packaging material, and they like pounce on it and like, have a bunch of fun, but it's annoying as heck. So like police them.
My dog acts like a cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When it's dinner time, my one cat Remy meows. You'll start hearing him soon, and he'll just like.
How
You
many
can.
cats do you have?
We own 2, but we've been watching a third for almost a year now. So we're really excited. We love him, but we're excited for him to, go back
Aw.
to his owner. He's really good. We
Yeah.
rehabilitated him, and so it was just a lot of work,
Aw.
Herding animals are like a lot of work. Super worth it, but a ton of work. All right, turn count. So let's ditch the input to index portion and just say at board dot each, because we're going to iterate through each position in the board to see if there's something there, right? And let's create an imaginary thing like I, something like that. Yep, just like that. And then we're going to take that count that we just created, and we're going to go, we'll come back to the I. Leave the I out of this for a minute. We'll go count plus equals 1 if.
Say if.
Yep. And then we're going to say if I is equal to, which is the double equals, an X, right, in quotations, or I is equal to O.
Sorry, you said if. I'm sorry. Say whatever. What happens after X?
Or,
Gotcha. Okay.
yep, because we want it to be for both X and O. Why don't you put, oh, this worked, didn't it, last time? No, it needs to be I is equal to O. Yeah.
Should I put the 1 after plus equal or no?
Oh, yeah, you missed your count plus equals 1.
Oh.
Yeah. Good catch. That's
Yeah.
good. All right, let's see, and then let's call the count at the end of the method. So we know how many. Yeah, just say count. Yeah. Or not the method, excuse me, the variable. Yikes.
Right.
Look at that.
Here saying that if we're reading in the board, you see either an X or O on it, then we have played a turn. So each one of those letters turn has been played. You want to answer that one, Jacques? Look at the chat.
Well, Aaron. So here we're saying that if we're reading the board and we see either an X or an O on it, then we have played a turn. So each of those letters on the board will mean a turn has been played. Yeah. Yeah, dude, that's exactly it. I don't know if you're asking or if you're like.
I'm just saying that's what it is, kind of reiterating it.
Yeah.
For my own better understanding.
Yeah, dude, you crushed it. That's exactly what it is. Ladies, does that make sense? Are we caught?
Yep. Yeah.
All right. Sweet. So for current player, it has to know if it's whose turn it is. So if there's just two players, what's an easy way to know if they go in a sequential order? How do we know whose turn it is? I'm not giving you this one because it's really easy.
All right, let me just brain fart for a little bit.
But anybody else can pitch in.
Wait. Say it again. I
Yeah.
wasn't paying attention.
Let's say you and I are playing a card game and there's just two of us, right? And there are only 10 turns in the game. What is
Okay.
going to be true about the like each turn? Like turn number 1, I start, right? And then turn number 2, you start. And then turn number 3, it's my turn. And turn number 4, it's yours. But turn number 5, it's mine. So I had turns 1, 3, and 5.
So
Right?
you're odds, and then I would be evens.
Yeah. See what I'm saying, Yosemite Sam? Jonathan, what does that tell us?
The odds.
So you could maybe do like, what's odds though? You know? What's odds?
Wait, I thought Ruby has a thing, no?
Oh yeah, it does. It does. Yeah, no, I'm saying like what object is odds?
Integers?
No,
Too
how about
general.
this? What method did we just create that will tell us if we have an even or an odd number?
The turn count.
Yeah, exactly. So so if the turn count is odd,
Like that or dot odds?
how about like what does it need to be? I don't know. I think it's if turn count
Equals odds.
or yeah,
I
let's
thought it
try it.
was dot odds with a question mark.
Yeah,
I am agreeing with Kayla on this one.
let's see what's going on.
Oh, take the S out. Hey. Oh crap. Don't eat that jelly bean.
His name is Jelly Bean? Oh, that's great.
That just made my day.
Right?
Count dot odd.
All right. Did yours pass?
No. Still
So you're forgetting if
So
you
would you
put
do-
an if at the beginning and then add an end on the next line.
But wouldn't you do like a
Like that?
also?
That end should be in line with the if. So one more space, I think. Yeah. Now try that.
Wouldn't you do like a puts false or something? If turn count dot odd puts false.
Oh yeah, so if it's
No,
odd,
because odd is already a Boolean, so it will automatically always input true or false.
So shouldn't we do a comparison? So for it to
so
compare?
else false.
Is yours still not passing?
That's
Yeah.
not-
Because this is what I have, and mine's passing just fine.
What do you have? So just like this?
Yeah. Oh, wait, no. Sorry, I lied. Don't listen to me. I'm full of shit. Sorry. I was looking at the wrong thing. I'm so
Oh my
tired.
So turn count.
Disregard that. I'm a liar.
Okay.
Good.
If turn. Maybe it's not an if else statement. Maybe it's like a when.
Yeah.
Don't quote me though, because I'm like really bad at this stuff.
What if we put if turn count dot odd question mark is equal to player? Oh wait, we don't have player 1 and player 2.
Getting mad syntax errors going.
I guess we should look at all the errors and try to read them and figure out what we're doing wrong.
Yeah. Okay, we're back.
Did you guys get it?
Wow. What if we did
Oh, we
equals
suck without
x?
you.
What happened?
We suck without you.
Guys, you've got this. Okay,
You're just
so
so good at explaining things, you know?
it gets me in trouble. Okay, let's see. You guys have literally okay, cool. So
We tried things.
you did try some stuff. That's good. That's good. Did you try an if and else statement?
We did if.
We did, but maybe we're putting in the wrong. So if turn count odd.
Yeah, huh. And
False.
then you know what I noticed though is that we've never defined like if it's how we know if it's X or O, right? So maybe we need to say, you know, that this is
equals.
X.
So X equals like.
You want to define X now, or
So maybe set your turn count odds equal to x. Maybe. I don't know if that'll work.
But wouldn't you do that first, like on a separate line?
Maybe. That's a good point.
oh,
Or define current player X, maybe?
But you guys are on to this, right? So somewhere we have to tell it that it's like we have to define X
The
or O.
players.
Yeah, right. So isn't there a players method or didn't we have players somewhere that would
We had
be helpful?
position taken. Move.
Oh, move is the one that I was wondering about. So do we have to define it here? Like player is equal to X or the player is equal to O? Does that matter?
I don't think so. I thought it was kind of implied. It was just the X and O, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
But shouldn't we be able to define it here as the current player? Like current player is X, and then if turn count is odd. Oh, yeah, like that.
Like what?
Equal X.
Yeah, like what you got there. Let's see. Let's press enter and then go else. Turn count. Or would it be current player? So if turn count is odd, current player is equal to X.
So over here.
I'm asking a question. This is a.
I think that would make sense.
That sounds like it makes sense.
Hi, Julie.
Hello.
How you doing?
Hello.
Good. Just trying to learn how you guys are thinking.
Cool.
5 brains think better than 1, right?
That's right.
Sure.
Have you done this one already?
I am still working on this.
Okay. Are you about where we are, or are you a little bit further back, or?
Kind of. I was talking with some other students how honestly, I don't know, I just feel like I'm more mentally behind than you guys. I don't know how to put that. In the beginning, I got kind of lost, so I fell back a little bit, but I've been pushing through.
That's good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the money you've been putting the work in. So.
So like what? I'm trying to think like what part? We'll start here. Like what? Where are you right now on TicTacToe?
Oh man, I would have to check. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Do you want to just watch, or do you want to just? How do you want to?
Huh?
I said, do you want to just watch, or do you want to like pass it with us, or how do you want to do it?
I'll watch, to be honest. I I've been struggling a little bit with this.
Okay. We all did. So.
Well, we started this with object orientation, so like 10 lessons ago, and the whole thing
Oh.
has been recorded.
Oh,
So
cool.
I can figure out how to share that with you. It's just like you'll have to find the spot because it's so far 7 hours.
Oh,
of
wow. You guys have
recording.
been working.
So I can probably like edit this down to like each lab, and then share each one of those. Depending on what time we finish tonight, I might do that, so that you can find it more easily. You know?
Yeah, however it goes is great.
And I have
Cool,
a
cool.
copy of that also.
Yeah, I will put it on the Slack.
Cool.
Yeah, but you'll have to remind me of that when we finish,
Sure.
because otherwise I will forget. Cool?
All right.
All right, Jonathan, what's going on here, man?
All right. So else. So
How about current player is equal to O? Does that make sense?
Yes.
that's to me.
All right, so can we edit your if statement there? Let's make a new line after odd question mark, and then move the double equals to after current player.
Hey, now we're talking.
Hey,
I'm gonna need like a brief like run through this when we finish this shit.
yeah, we can do that.
Okay.
Can I just tell you another thing against you, but I hate how you space your stuff. It irritates me so much.
Oh no, what happened?
What did you do?
Loop.
Break it.
Scroll up just a little bit. Sorry. Yeah. Oh, that and that just went forever, huh? Is there a starting point for that? No. What the hell?
But then it stopped, so that's good.
Does it say why? Let's go to line 146 in the spec folder. And I got that. If you don't know where I found that, 146 is the third line down in the terminal. You can see what line it was.
Current player to equal X.
Huh. So is that like saying that its default should be X?
Yeah. Okay. So, but I didn't think it took any arguments.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I don't really understand what the failure is here either. Our test isn't. Did it say anywhere?
It didn't say anything. It just was like, ooh.
Can anybody figure that one out? Anybody at all?
Let me try.
There is enough ends, right? You can just fucking throw one on there.
As- when in doubt, add an end, I guess. Yeah, current player
Equals
if
X.
turn count. So I did it slightly differently in my version. I did if turn count does if turn count is divisible by 2 and does not equal 0, so that's the odds thing. And then I said token is equal to X, otherwise token is equal to 0. So maybe it doesn't like that we're calling on current player.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Because
Okay,
it's
so
making it seem like an endless loop.
Yeah, so let's just like make a new one, I guess.
current
Player A, player B.
is player 1.
Well, you kind of want it to be the same thing, I think. So just do player,
Okay.
I think.
We can run it.
Maybe it doesn't matter. I don't know.
Let's see.
Ron knows, but he's still writing a great blog. Let's see, is he still here?
I need to force mine, dude. I'm gonna get through this though.
Okay, yeah. See, it's like who's this player, dude? The hell are
Yeah.
you talking about? So I was just looking at my code and I used called it token here, and I defined token in the move method. So like way up there. And I don't know if it matters or not, but I'll copy and paste it into
So you use
the
the word token instead of player?
exactly, yeah. Yep,
Okay.
that's it.
So
It's in the Zoom chat. And I don't know why I chose to do it here. I'm trying to think through. But you know,
should I change this to play token or just player?
well, if you're gonna copy and paste from the Zoom chat into there, right? Did you see the Zoom chat?
Yeah, I just
So
copied it. So you put over though.
that line I put in the move method. And now this method is, I think, and I could be very wrong, but I think it's calling on that. Which doesn't make sense because that's a local variable, right? So
Just ran it just because.
yeah, I don't here I am confused. What if you go player is equal to, yeah. What did you use up above? Oh, I'm interrupting somebody. Sorry.
You're good. Okay. I don't know what that means though. So if current player equals else player equals 0.
Well, Aaron, I think if it's odd, the odd number is equal to X. I think that says that the first move is automatically an X. I think.
So this is what I got. Current player. Let's see if this shit works.
Oh, that's dope. Can you explain that to the class?
Hell no.
Hell no.
Hey.
Would you like for me to explain it to the class, Jonathan?
So it's like turn count divided by 2 equals 0. Shit.
It's good I got you.
Okay, yeah. So it's a true or false statement, but it's a what's it called? Because of the 9. Right? What's the official name of this?
Well, yeah, it's
Itinerary.
Yeah, it's like exactly itinerary, something like that.
Yeah.
Sure.
Iterary.
That one.
I remember that word now.
It passed.
We learned that word somewhere?
What?
Yeah, we learned that a while ago.
Well, like, isn't it like this is an abbreviation of something else? It's like a true or false statement, right?
Yeah.
I think that's what it was. Okay, moving on.
So if the number is divisible by 2 and has no remainder, the answer is X. Otherwise, the answer is O.
Oh, because it's off. Okay.
Right?
Yes.
Jock, can you take over for a hot second? Can you control my screen or?
Yeah, I can do that.
Thanks. I'll be right back. I'll be right back.
Oh, you have to give me permission. Come back.
Okay, you good? You got it?
Yeah, I think I got you. Okay, cool.
That's funny.
All right, cool. So let's see. We passed current player and we're on to turn. Oops. What? Oh, okay. I was tripping. I thought my keyboard was freaking out on me here. All right, so receives user input via The gets method.
This is gets.chomp.
Oh, yes. Who was that? Fatuma?
Yeah.
What do I put in here?
I can't tell you that. I just know gets.chomp.
Okay.
Let me try it.
That's what you said, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Let's test it. Hey, we passed
Nice.
one. That's awesome. That was it. Oh, wait, hold on. I thought that was it for the method. I got excited. Okay, calls input to index, valid move, and current player. So it's got to call on all three of those. For why? Oh, no. Okay, let's see if we can figure out what it's trying to do. TicTacToe board. Expected 1 time with any argument, received 0 times. Any bright ideas, gang?
Is this a new method we're defining, or is
Oh,
this?
you came back at just the nick of time.
Cool.
Let me figure out how to give this control back to you.
Yo, the one time I'm not here, you do gets chomp.
Did that do it? Did I give it back to you?
Mm-hmm.
I lost your screen though. You might have to share your screen again.
I'm back. Cool. You see it?
I got out of trouble there.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
yeah, so this is actually hard. It's asking us to get like just a buttload of information. So let's start, I think, by maybe setting the user input to a variable so we can save it. So like choice is equal to some, you know what I mean?
Okay. What the
So
fuck do
let's
we do?
go. So at the beginning of this line, let's go. Choice is equal to gets.job. No, at the beginning of line 58. So that we set gets.job equal to that variable. Yep. We could probably just get away with 1 equal because we're assigning a value, not testing if it's equal. And now what do we do?
Calls input to index.
I feel like we learned.
Do we need to return it?
Fatima, what did you say?
I feel like we learned this.
Do you want to find it?
Sure.
Yay! Thank you.
My pleasure. Let's see.
Earlier today, I was listening to Guardians of the Galaxy, the mixtape that what's his name has.
Yeah.
And I've got this one song, or the one line of a song stuck in my head, and I can't even tell you what the name of the song is. It's just like over and over and over. So I'm dancing. Choice is equal to.
Would this be like a nested hash? Since there's like 3 different choices, like 3 different things that we have to solve.
Well, a nested hash would be like trying to find information inside of other information. And I don't think that that's what we're after here. It's going to check to see if it's a valid move by yeah, it's going to look to see if it's a valid move by looking at the input to the index, and then it's going to see which player did that. Is how I'm like thinking about that. Does that make sense?
That
So
does.
it does.
Yeah, I just have no clue where that's at.
Okay.
I thought
Yeah.
hash.
So we can create a temporary variable, another temporary variable called position. And I think that position needs to be I think that we need to take the input to index there, and I think that will take an argument of choice. Tracking with me, people?
Where'd you get choice from?
I made it up on line 58.
Fair enough.
And I made it up so that I could manipulate the input that we got from a user.
Yeah, so the choice, and then choice goes into input to index.
Yep. And now we have the position. So we can check to see if it's valid, and if it's not, we can like have them do it again, right? So let's go if, and we can call another method that we've already created valid move. And I think it's valid move question mark, I think is the proper method name. And then we're going to take in a argument position. You with me?
Oh, light bulb.
You seeing what's happening? It's exciting. All right, cool. So,
alone like the day to figure out.
You cut out a bunch. I didn't hear you.
This section alone would have took me a whole day to figure out.
I know, it's a monster. It really is.
Crazy shit.
This is nuts. Okay, so we just had an if statement, which means we've got to like tell it what to do. And we created a awesome method earlier that will tell it what to do for us. Do you remember what that method was?
Tell it to do it
It's
for
like
us?
the only is it an adjective, something you do?
Move.
It's a verb. Like action?
Yeah, if you do something, if you like I jumped, what's that?
A verb.
A verb. Okay. So we have a verb method somewhere.
Okay.
Move.
Oh, move. Yeah.
So, wait, what is it? Valid move?
Yeah. So if it's valid, right, we're gonna move it. So I'd go to like the next line or something, and let's move it. So called the method move.
Oh.
It's okay, buddy.
I need to go whole when we're done. I just want you to run through this because
yeah, dude.
I got way up here.
Okay, so let's go to that move method and just take a look and see if it needs what it needs to take. Not valid move. Go to move.
Okay.
Yeah. So that looks like it's taking in 2 forms of input.
Yeah, input to index player.
Cool. So we probably, if we're calling on this method later, since it's taking 2 arguments, we probably need to provide 2 arguments, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
So
you can ditch the dot, and I think we're just going to move to the end of that. And yeah, what are we doing?
You put in the same 2 arguments, or you make up 2 new arguments?
I do believe. So.
Player. I think it said player.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, so I will say though, if you notice, we have already called the input to index on line 59 with the player choice. So maybe if we swap that for position, yeah, there we go. That makes sense to me. Does it make sense to you?
Oh.
Oh, hold on. I've got a question for you. I got you. Okay, you need an end first of all. There you go. And then I've got a question. We have also already defined which player it is, but it's not found in the word player. Where is it found, Jonathan?
Turn count.
Say that question again.
It's also not turn count, but you're really close. So that is trying to figure out which player it is, right? The second argument taken by move.
Okay, yeah.
We
Position?
created a method that did that, like really not that long ago.
Current
Position two.
player.
Yeah,
So I just put that in?
Donna's rocking it right here. No, current player.
Current player?
Current player.
That pass.
Donna, you're rocking this. You're figuring it out. You got this. So no. That's position. That's fine. Ditch player because we have to. So, Jonathan, do you know why we're swapping player for current player?
No. Like I said,
Because we already defined it and we've already called it.
I lost you up there, so that's why I want like a refresher once I.
Okay.
once-
Should we get you caught up right now so that you
Yeah.
can be with it for the rest of this?
Okay, how about this?
Okay.
Start up.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay.
So, does anybody else like really want to go for it, or am I cool to just go?
I can try.
Oh yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so right now we're pretty much making an image of the board. So because there's 9 boxes in a TicTacToe board, you have to number each one using interpolation. So the first board is 0, then because when you're writing code, our numbers don't start at 1, it starts at 0. So when you're writing code, you start the first board at 0 and then you number it all the way to 8. So you can use the string interpolation to actually work it, I guess. So when the user is seeing it, they'll see it as a board. So the second line and the fourth line of puts will give you the division of the board, I'm guessing. And so it could kind of put it as like a checkerboard. So you can see the spaces so you can fill them in.
Mhm.
And I think that's what that is.
Yeah, you crushed it. That was awesome.
Okay. Thanks.
Cool. So input to index. Someone puts in their number, right?
So that turns a string into an integer. So at choose allows, I guess, the player to choose. Oh, no. The string to the integer -1, because the viewer sees it as 1 through 9 and we see it as 0 through 8, the -1 will take away a 1 from each one, so the computer can translate it as a 0 through 8.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because how we read it and how the computer reads it is 2 different ways.
Why did we put at choose here?
That one I can't tell you.
We're saving it.
We're just saving it. Okay. Okay.
Is the at choose like allowing the player to choose a box?
No, the at choose is creating what's called an instance variable. So if it was just choose is equal to string, nothing else would be able to see that because it would be confined to the scope of the method.
Okay.
But the at extends it.
Okay. Now move on to define move. Okay. We put the input to index. You know, it chooses.
Which is what?
Which is this, and then it's like when you choose the number, it like, right?
Yeah.
And then player. So then you're taking the board, you're putting in the number you chose, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or the, and that will equal, I guess, your token or your X or O.
Yeah.
Choice, technically.
Your choice. Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
And then you position taken. Input to index is the choice you made. If the choice you made equals X, what this part?
This isn't the choice that, well, I guess it is the choice that you made, right? But this is checking for something with that. This is just like, will it work?
So it's kind of taking away the spaces in the board, essentially. So if the choice that you made was an X, then it's true. Well, if any choice that you made is either X or O, is true.
Right. So this is looking to see if the space has been taken or not. And if it's been taken, it returns true. And if it hasn't, it returns false.
Okay.
And the following method needs this, and that's why we created it. So the following method, valid move. Go ahead.
Yeah. Before you go there, what did you have? So what's in this box right here?
Yeah, this is, so if you go all the way up to line 25,
Yeah.
it is taking that method, right?
Yeah.
And it's saying, hey, if that method, if the position, so let's say the player puts in 3, right? Position taken is going, hey, is position 3 on the board taken by an X or an O? And if it is taken, it responds true. If not, false.
Okay.
Are you with me?
Yep. So next one.
Yeah. So this one, I think this is kind of where you were maybe starting to get lost. And this is just saying like, is the position is the opposite true? So if you go up just a little bit so we can see the method above it, position taken says, hey, there's a piece there, it's true. But we want in this method, the one below it, my understanding is that we want for there to be an open space. So actually position taken needs to be false, and then we need it to be within the board. So this is saying, hey, if position taken, the method above, is false, which is what the bang operator is, if that's false and it's within the board, then it's a valid move. Cool?
I think so.
Okay, yeah. Why don't you say it in your own words, and we'll see like where you're at.
Input index, right? And then the position taken is like you see if it's taken. We're ready.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's not taken, it could be true.
So if it's not taken, and remember those two and symbols are, what are they called?
Like that.
Uh,
I know they're ands, but
I'll find it.
it's a word. So
Ampersands.
ampersands, yeah. Yeah, so that's just saying like you had it, man. If it's not taken and it's a number with that is a position on the board, then it'll respond true.
and then if the board input to index, don't these both have to be true, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. And if they are true, what will that method put out?
It's a valid move.
Yeah, it'll just say true,
True.
because you essentially created a Boolean.
Boolean, yeah. Okay. These both have to be true for it to be true. Truthy.
Yeah, exactly.
So pretty much, it's letting the user make another move.
It's saying like, hey, that was legit, and it's making that particular move, I believe. Or is this one even swapping it yet? This one's not even swapping it yet. Our turn. This is all just checking to see if it's valid or not. So you could probably wrap these two methods into one, but it didn't ask us to. So cool.
Cool.
All right.
Then okay.
Then we've got the turn count.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what this method's doing, Jonathan?
Turn count is like, I'm assuming it's like counting. So like when you hit a full board, it's kind of, yeah. So if it hits like a full board, it knows when to end.
It will use that later. Yeah, but right now, all that it's doing is counting the number of turns, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so it's special here because if a player goes and it doesn't work, like let's say they tried putting it in a space that has already been taken, this won't increase the count number.
Okay.
What would happen if it did increase the count number?
Well, this would be increased count.
Yeah. So if we'll look at the next method and we'll see why that's so important.
Okay. Define current player, turn count divided by 2 if there's no return value to 0, then it's X or true, right? This part's a little weird. So I know you divided by 2 and there's no return value, right?
Yeah, if there's no remainder. Yep.
0, then it's X, and if not, it's O.
Yeah, dude, exactly. So that the method above was really important because it didn't increase count if like somebody screwed up, like they put in a number that had already been placed. And that's important because the current player counts on that counter to be consistent with when actual moves were made, not when bad moves were made.
That's where the if statement is I equals X or I equals O, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, dude.
Is that true or false? And then define turn, choice equals gets chump. So this choice you just made up, right? It's kind of like this has to.
Or it's just holding the player input.
Okay, so it holds its choice, and you slap choice into input to index, which is choice of wherever you wanted to play, right? Wherever he's going, to position.
Yeah.
Equal valid move. Explain this part to me. Valid move.
Yeah, no problem. So this is going to take, I'm going to start at the top of this method. So this says, hey, what's your choice?
Yeah.
So you could even write above line 58, puts, hey, user, what's your choice? Right? Pick something between 1 and 9.
Oh.
Like, yeah, exactly. And so choice is going to hold their response, okay? And then we're going to take that response and call it a position. So position is equal to the input to index method that we made at the very top, which takes a user input and turns it into something our computer can understand. Okay, you with me? Yeah. Cool. And so the input to index is taking the user's choice, right? And that is just being temporarily called position.
Okay.
So now the if statement is saying if it's a valid move, and that valid move is the method that we created up above that's checking to see if it's already been taken and if it's inside of our board. Okay, and it's saying, hey, if the position is true, if the player's choice is true, then you're going to move. And move is yet another method that we've created, right? And it is taking the position that the player chose and the current player, which is the method right above this one.
Okay.
Cool?
Yeah.
Did that make sense?
Yeah, it made sense. But this, if I had to do that again, I'd be like, what the fuck? All good time. Okay, moving on.
Well, chomp is a method for taking user input, and there's another one that I think gets strip, does the same thing.
Whiteboard, right?
Huh?
Gets rid of like the extra crap around it.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's either gets or it's gets chomp or it's gets strip, I think.
They call it the whiteboard, or the gets rid of the white noise or something like that.
I don't know. I'm not I don't remember hearing that, but anyway, Aaron, I hope that's what you're looking for.
It's definitely one of those like Ruby. Just Google chomp and Ruby.
Yeah. Okay, so turn receives user input via the gets method. We're still on turn, unfortunately. Will you scroll down a little bit for me on the terminal, and we'll see what's local variable method. Oh, did you run it after we made these changes? Run it quick, would you? Yeah. Cool.
Makes valid move and displays the board. Oh.
All right. Yeah, let's do two things, right? Because we need the next turn to initialize, and we need to display the board. So in that if statement, in the confines of the if statement, let's display the board with display board. Yeah. And then I think after the if statement, we want to reinitialize turn. So just turn instead of where at board is.
Where's it? Sorry.
Ditch line 66.
Okay. And put turn after display.
Put a turn where line 66 was.
Okay.
Yeah, and can you tell me why we're doing that?
So it can so it's displaying the board, but then it's like saying it's like the other person's turn, right?
Yeah, exactly. So this method is actually containing virtually the entire game. So from the first turn to the game's end, this method is cycling over and over and over through itself.
Gotcha. Okay.
Cool.
That's cool.
It is kind of neat, isn't it? Oh, actually,
Wow.
I lied to you. Oh, maybe it'll work, but I don't think so. I think
It broke it. Control
Yeah,
C.
it did break it. Okay, so we need to go else turn, not end and then turn. My bad.
Okay. Else turn.
So Jonathan, if you just take that and say else, yeah, and then end, yeah, that should fix my boo-boo, right? Because it'll
Alright.
either like do the stuff or it'll change to the other players.
Makes valid moves and displays the board.
Well, what the hell?
That X at the wrong spot.
What? What? Would
Do
you
-1 somewhere?
would you swap would you erase that the exclamation point at the end of chomp? And will you test that?
Yep, that worked.
Yep.
Because the exclamation point flips the value, I think. So so if it was going for a 1, it'll go to -1, and then it'll place it on the last one. That's funny.
What do you just think about that?
Ask for input again if failed.
What's up, Fatuma?
No, I said, how do you just think about that? Because I probably would have deleted everything.
Well, because I knew we were really close. we got it to work, so I didn't want to delete it because it was working. It just wasn't working right.
Okay, so
Could we have narrowed it down with binding pry?
Yeah.
yeah, we got it.
Okay.
And we might have to, because for some reason turn did not just do what it asked us to do.
It says ask for input again after a failed validation. So
Wouldn't else turn do that though?
Alright, guys, I'm gonna head out.
yeah, I forgot it. 1 a.m. for you.
No, 2.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Do you know if you guys are going to try to get the recording ready tomorrow?
I will sure. So for me, it's only like 7 o'clock. So, and I think there's like 3 labs after this one. So if we're feeling really good and we finish it, I will load it on my video editing software, and I won't do a good job of editing it, but I will chop them up and I will post them on probably like a YouTube channel,
Mhm.
Cool.
and then share the link.
Cool.
So I think that'll be the only way for me to put it up there.
So I think the last 3 will be fine. I'm just nervous about finishing up this lab.
Yeah, because this is
It
like the
seems like a
biggest one.
doozy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
cool.
Okay.
All right, I'll for sure at least get this one on there, Kayla.
Okay. If not, I'll just ask you guys for help tomorrow.
Cool, Kayla. Have a good night, and we'll see you in class.
Yeah, have a good one, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Bye.
Damn, this is such a fucking crazy beast of a.
I know, dude. I know. Hey, will you indent line 65 for me, please?
65? Okay.
Yeah, you're just hurting my freaking brain. And run it one more time just to prove that that wasn't the problem. Because to me, that's always your problem, and I know it's not true.
Okay, so.
Wait, did that work? Hold on. No, it didn't work. Okay. To receive. Should we try gets strip instead of gets chomp?
Strip?
Yeah, I'm just like trying to try different things now to see if it'll work. Cause this should really like do what I want it to, and
You
it's
do
not.
like an else if and then an else, since it's asking for input after failed validation, like else turn if this, like, or turn equals to something, and then, well, else if turn if, I guess, is not working, or if they put it already, and then an else turn.
Well, my guess is that based on how we have the code right now, there's only 2 options, right? Either the turn is valid or the move is valid, and it puts it into the display board, or it like starts over and goes, "Hey, you did that wrong. Start over." You know,
That's true.
that's my guess. That's just where I'm. It looks like you almost have the same thing there.
That's what I'm thinking too. Like it looks exactly the same.
Bro, was it my TicTacToe that you copied?
Oh, look, you said
Was it?
please enter 1 by 9. 1 through 9.
But that's just a string. That shouldn't matter.
User input, get
Right.
strip, index.
Index. It goes input to index, user input.
Display board. It looks the same.
Hey, did somebody here say that they had cats?
I have a cat. I have
Is she-
several cats.
Okay, are they like from the devil too? Because my cats get into all the trouble. You know what I mean? Like right now, Jellybean is trying to rip my toes off. Why? You know? Jonathan's like, screw this, man.
How is that still not passing? What the fuck?
Well, you just changed all the variables, so.
So it's got to be something up top.
Oh, like, how is this?
Expect game to receive gets. And return 1.
Girl, you just want to play, don't you, Jellybean?
It was a legitimate identical, and it worked earlier, but
What does your turn count say on the original one?
What part of it is asking for the input again?
Turn count, token. Your turn count looks different, but it shouldn't matter.
also, I'm also cool just posting this, using this code, and you can just talk us through it too.
Have me talk through it again. Oh, dude, you crack me up. All right. Okay, let's see. Dude, Jellybean, stop eating my stuff. Get out of here, you hooligan.
Definitely enough, and then after input again after failed validation.
But isn't it kind of just asking you to, like the turn, like after you put your input, it's your turn instead of this input is wrong, so another turn, like try again? Like the line is saying try again is wrong.
Right. Right.
It's the strip. Let's use input. That would move index. Move
You guys
index.
have already completed this, right?
Yeah. Yep.
It's just like figuring out how we got
That's like we literally wrote down the exact code that I had, and it didn't work. That's what's messing me up.
All right. Like I said, I mean,
Computer engineer.
I'm ready to just copy the whole thing.
All right. Can you just go towards the bottom there for me, and let's take a look at
On the binding.pry this shit.
yes, please. And I think that will, because we're about halfway through the code.
You
And
said
so-
halfway?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's why, like, I don't know how they expected us to be like, oh, let's figure this all out.
But it's test driven. You should be able to figure it out. Let's see.
So it didn't even make it all the way to the bottom, which is kind of interesting.
Okay, so yeah, so it didn't even get the input.
That's what I was saying. It has to be somewhere up there, either current player or count.
It's
Yeah.
not. Yeah, it's not getting down here. So
All right, do me a favor. Put your binding.pry before the if statement.
still not even making it there.
Okay, it's not making it there. Move it up one line.
Oh shit. Oh fuck.
All right, no, this is really good. So go to change it to gets.chomp.
Okay. Want me to keep it?
And yeah, keep your binding there, and let's just swap that out and see if chomp with the exclamation point works. Add the exclamation point to the end of chomp too. We'll start there.
What the fuck?
Pry. Why didn't it like pry? Do you have pry somewhere else?
Oh, I don't even have pry. Oh my god.
Oh, bro, see.
Jesus.
That whole time, 5 minutes. All right, play around with this pry. See if you can figure it out. I'm gonna make myself a drink. There's this, I gotta tell you about the best rum on the planet. It is, the brand is Kraken, and
Oh
it's
yeah.
the black coffee
Yeah.
variety. It's like black coffee vanilla something, and it's just like, it's so good. It's brutal.
Okay.
So I'll be right back.
I'm gonna go back to string. Oh fuck. Okay. Oh, it's strip.
Mm,
Okay. So user inputs strip. Fuck, there's two binding pry. Come on. So that gets 1. Input index to equal input equals 0.
What answer are you looking for?
The turn one. Sorry.
No, because when you put each line in binary.pry, it gives you like a different output. So like, are you looking for like a 0 or like a 1?
To be honest, I'm just kind of looking around. I have no idea. At
Okay.
this point, like everything to this point, I was able to like just run through, but now this tic-tac-toe is killing me.
Okay. Because I'm so confused right now.
Yeah, so like what? It's like I don't know how they figured this all out. Like it's bananas.
Yeah, but don't worry. In a few months, this will be so easy.
Yeah, exactly. So, index 3. Oh no.
What's this? GVHJ.
That was my bad.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Is that an acronym for something?
Turn. Wow. End. I broke it. Exit.
I'll be back. I'm gonna go get something to eat.
Yeah. Maybe a minute.
You got this.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to look through my code again. Define initially, board equals nil. I got nothing, dude. I did binding by pride. I was like, wait, what the fuck am I even looking for?
For real, guys, come on, man. That's all right. That's all right. Let's take a look. Go into binding pry for me again. And we're just trying to figure out where in this method it broke down. So let's put in user input.
It returned 1.
No, not the whole line, just user input. And it returned 1. So that tells us, dope. So that is exactly what, like what a player would put in. So if we put in index now, just index, we should find out if the first method call works. Yeah, perfect. So that part works. So that means that it took the user input and it turned it into something our computer can use. So that's fantastic. Now let's go move. Just put in move. Oh, put that whole line in. Okay, so it responded with O, but not with the index position. So wouldn't, if I'm just, you guys can pitch in for me, wouldn't it need to, if it was working, wouldn't it need to print out both the index and the current player?
Yep.
So it'd be like position 0, player O.
I think so, yeah, together.
Okay, so that is helpful information.
See what this is returning?
user input index. Here, I'm going to, I just want to see if it's the same as so that I can read this better. All right, let's see. We've got user input, get strip, position.
So when you did this, you figured all this shit out?
No, I told you this was what I had some help with. I think I worked with Daniel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Oh, this is where,
and you know,
that's where this is where I came in, right?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So no, I didn't come up with this on my own. I'm not that smart. I'm painfully at a loss here, people.
I literally think it's just you and me. I think Donna, you still there?
I'm still here. Yeah.
A lot of them want to go get something to eat. Aaron's writing a blog.
Oh.
Everybody wrote their blog, right?
I have not.
Hey, Aaron, Kraken black coffee is not coffee, it's rum. And so it's like Kraken is the brand of rum, and then the black coffee is like the style. It's like a black roast coffee rum. So it's a perfect nighttime beverage.
It's a perfect
a perfect evening delight. And I know I don't normally like to mix it, but with some vanilla Coca-Cola, it's magic.
Hold on, Berkeley's asking a question first. Also, are we supposed to turn this in by tonight? All this stuff?
No, tomorrow.
Tomorrow night.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
How long was your blog?
My blog
paragraphs?
is, I think mine's 4 paragraphs, 5, 4 or 5.
Okay.
Mine is like 2 big ones. But it's your first one, so it can't, like, I wrote it right away, and there's nothing technical about it, you know? I ripped off a whole bunch of adventurers that I grew up reading and watching about, and I was like, I want to be like them, and that's why I'm in this program. And so it had nothing to do with anything technical. I was like, to conquer the world, you know? So anyway.
Yeah.
So, dude, I am the only thing that I can think of is that the current player, well, that worked, right? That in your binding pry, can you type in current player?
Yeah.
Okay, and then just type in index again. Okay, and when you type in move, what happens? Okay, wrong number of arguments. Given 0, expected 2.
So maybe move by itself? Or maybe move's the wrong number? Wrong word? No.
Let's go take a look at the method move. So let's scroll up to look for that.
Okay.
Input to index and player. So the player is working, but the input to index is not. It's spelled, is everything there spelled right? Input to index, yeah, that looks right. Can you take away the space between at board and the square bracket?
Oh.
See, that's not what you're supposed to do.
Okay.
All right, let's just try. I don't think that'll make a difference, but you know, anything that doesn't look perfect to me, we're gonna look at.
Hey, son of a bitch.
No. Keep that's right. That's right. Keep it right where it's at, and then just type in move.
Oh, like broken. Maybe a space.
Yeah, maybe.
That was it. I'm gonna fucking. Oh, broke it.
So that was not it. Good effort though. See, and this is like I hate this because this is where the drool starts. You know, it's like staring at the same thing for minutes.
Since we have go. I'm gonna just.
Yeah, dude. We
Just so we can, I'd rather you just talk about it and like we can all. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. Yeah.
Aw.
uh,
He was having fun trying to figure it out.
who was?
You.
Hell no! What a villain!
Okay, now this is gonna pass. I know that. So here we are.
Do you wanna just hit learn real quick and oh, it won't pass. It won't pass, and it's not your fault.
Wow.
Oh, I thought that it wouldn't pass because the bin. We had to run it from the bin. Whatever. You know what? Cool. This looks great. Let's go. Do you want me to talk about it? What's the deal?
Yeah, I would say let's just either you want to run over it again or do you want to just start where we left off?
What would Fatuma and Aaron and Donna and yourself like?
We'd start off where we left off, since we already went over the top. But Jonathan, would you mind sharing it?
Yeah. Answers?
Yes, please.
Oh yeah, we got people following along. What's up, Edgar? How you doing?
What's the best way? Just do it in the chat.
Can I see your cat?
Yeah, I'll show you the one that's right here if he lets me hold him. This is Edgar. He's a tuxedo, and he's dope. He is the cat. He's the cat we rehabbed. So he's a friend of mine's, and my friend was like homeless for like a long while and like had all sorts of challenges. So Edgar was basically like feeding for himself, you know.
Hey Donna.
Yeah.
So it won't let me paste this whole code in the chat.
If you just share it as a snippet in Slack.
Yeah. Say what?
All right, go to Slack.
Oh yeah, I'm just gonna send it to her in a message.
Boom.
Donna, yeah.
What's the first mile club? Oh, that's completing the first mile. Nice, John. Hey.
The whole thing.
Hey. I'd like to say that it was the alcohol that's done that to me, but I've had one sip, and I'd probably get caught up on that any time of day. So.
Let me send it. Just let me know if you got it, Donna.
Yeah, just got it.
Is anybody else is Fatuma's working along too? So either send it to Fatuma.
Oh, I sent it to her.
Oh, okay. Nice.
You want to just call me Fatima?
What?
Oh shoot, man! If I could get it right, I'd love to. I'd love to honor you, Fatima. I'm sorry, I can't. My brain.
It's okay. I get it.
Yeah, but that's irritating. Say it one more time for me.
Oh, it's Fatumata, but that's like the Americanized version of it.
Fatumata.
What is the way that you would like for it to be said?
You can say Fatima. Like, I'm pretty fine with that. That's been my nickname for years.
So, can I see your display board? Scroll up.
Up?
Yeah.
What's up, Brim? Are you going to let me hold you for a second so I can show people who you are? And this is Remy.
They all look alike.
Yeah, well, these two are tuxedos, and Jellybean is a tabby. So he's, except for his paws and the heart on his chest, he is like He's all black, and he is like the most annoying cat because he wakes you up at 5 a.m. because he's hungry.
Mhm.
But he's
Most
like,
cats are like that.
yeah, it's so funny.
Oh.
Me and Louie just sleep.
You got it?
Yeah, thank you.
And then I'm gonna see if I can sneak this onto Jelly Bean. She's sleeping over there. She's chilling on the bench, yeah, next to the guitars there. And she's a tabby co, and she's the sweetest thing on the planet. Her face splits. It's like black and dark on the one side, and on the other, it's like a perfect split. It's like a lighter, like almost like brown, red, kind of golden color, and it splits down her on her nose and everything. It's so cool.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway, she's the sweetest cat on the planet. It's so great. Like she wakes you up by like smashing her forehead, on you. Like it's a cat's affectionate thing. All right, are we gonna try to translate your text here, bud?
Yep, define one. Start there.
Mine's not passing for some reason. Let me see.
Oh, that's embarrassing. Jonathan, what you got going on, man?
I have no. What's the errors?
I think it's just like syntax.
Just read carefully the error if it says something about having to run the bin folder.
Oh yeah, the bin folder. So
yeah.
Hey Donna, look at this. So bin, TicTacToe, and you want to write this. I'll just paste it.
So whenever I copied it from what you sent me on Slack, the display dashboard was grayed out from the command, the / command. So I had to fix that. So it looks like there might be a few more items.
Here, look, I'm gonna screenshot it, and then you can kind of.
Hey, do you want to take Donna to GitHub?
Oh yeah, duh. Okay. Hey Donna.
Yeah.
Hey Donna.
So this where are we? So okay, to find all the answers, you go to GitHub. Okay, doesn't matter where you go.
Pull requests?
What's up? Sorry, I'm just gonna copy.
Oh.
So you go to GitHub, and then you type in this. So and then you go to all GitHub. Then you'll see all like the lessons, right?
GitHub. Okay.
And you click that, and then you see pull request. Click that, and then you'll see all the ones that are done. And then you click on that.
Wow.
And then you go to files changed, and that's all the answers right there.
Oh my Lanta.
You can do this for every lab in the future. But like I said, it's better to struggle than just to trust me. Like that's these last 3 little tests. I did it like that, and I was like, I don't know any of this shit. So, and here we are.
Wait, so you clicked on one of them.
I can talk you through a shortcut for that. If you just go to LearnCo, quick.
Okay.
Yeah, and just go to whichever one you want to find.
So like if I wanted on TicTac.
Yeah, right next to Open IDE, there's the GitHub button. So you can see that right now, you're in John Biblere. I don't know, how do you say your last name?
Blydre.
TicTacToe. Do you see like in the gray banner? Right below that, it says forked from LearnCo. Like if you bring your cursor up just a little bit.
Forked, what?
Let me see. How do I annotate on this thing?
Where is it?
Can you see my drawing? Didn't I just circle that on your?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Click that button. I hope that goes away.
Okay.
Okay.
Uh,
Pull requests.
Yep, and then you can go, so now you're in like the main thing, and then you go to pull requests. You can see there's only 36 though, and that's because we're in our class. So this is like really up-to-date information. And there
Holy
you can
shit.
see Aaron just submitted his. If you go up,
Oh, wow.
there's Aaron. So you can open up his.
Is that like,
Files changed. Okay.
Files changed.
What's
And
up,
there-
Fatima?
is that like a nickname or is his name like Aaron? But
It's Aaron. It's Aaron, yeah. He just let me know today that I could call him Aaron.
So there you go. That's how
Sweet.
you get all the answers.
And that's great if you're trying to like see how other people did it, or if you get really stuck and a coach isn't available, or if you don't want to talk to a coach but you need to take the next step. But I
Or if-
wouldn't
Yeah.
copy the whole thing.
Don't like it's a slippery slope. Okay, and we're back.
So I copied and pasted again, and I am still getting a syntax error. Let me
Oh,
see.
did you go to bin?
So no matter what, I'm gonna have to go through bin.
Just for this. Just for this.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna do it.
So go to bin.
Let me go to bin. Okay.
You there?
I am.
Okay, and now just literally type this out.
Mine doesn't show that.
No, that's why you have to put it in for this lesson.
Oh, I'm an idiot. Sorry.
It's
I'm following.
your
I'm
job.
following.
I'll put it on the chat. So
All
what
right.
do you have to type in?
put it in the chat.
Oh, on the chat.
Game equals TicTac in bin. You see it or no?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. All right, Shock, take it away.
Take it away for what? Oh, you want me to read your code? Okay, let's see. Let's see how it goes. So definition 1. So the method 1 is checking the board for any of the win combinations that we created earlier.
Okay.
So the dot detect method just like it's another way to iterate through that array. So for each one of those items, we are going to evaluate for these sets of combinations: board combo 1, board combo 2, so on and so forth.
How do we get these numbers? 0, 1, 1 to 2.
Yeah, those are positions on your board. So if you scroll all the way to the top.
Yeah, but isn't there a lot more combos than?
Yes, there is. Let's try to figure that out. Scroll up to the top for me. Let me make sure the top is the same. All right, yeah, that's the same. Okay, go ahead. Keep moving. Yep. That looks good. Okay. Yeah, that's basically all the same. Okay. Okay, so you have to have, I'm gonna not use code language and then see if I can. So board position 0 must equal board position 1, and board position 1 must equal board position 2. So that's saying that positions 0, 1, and 2 all need to be the exact same, right?
Okay.
So now if you scroll back all the way to the top to that list of win combinations, yep, go up, you can see that it's a nested array, and the array has 3 positions, which in code numbers is 0, 1, 2. You digging it?
No.
All right, so let me annotate again.
0, 1,
So
2.
we've got line, draw. We're gonna draw. All right, so there you can see in those brackets or in that array are 3 positions: index position 0, index position 1, and index position 2.
Mm-hmm.
Let's keep that in mind and go down to that thing. All right, perfect. So you can see here we have index position 0, index position 1, and index position 2. And you are testing to make sure that the board, that they are all equal to X's or O's, right? So board position 1, 2, and 3 all need to equal either X or O.
Okay.
Cool?
I think so.
So, and you'll see, yeah, this is pulling on position taken, which puts in an X or an O.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Or excuse me, tests to see if there's something in that position. And the thing that's cool about this method is that it's not anything. So it can't be an X and an O that's taking that spot, but it's got to be all X's or all O's, because the position taken checks to make sure that they're all the same.
Okay.
Cool?
Yep.
So then your full method is checking to see if the board has spaces left. So it iterates through each space on the board,
Mm-hmm.
and it checks to see if there's either an X or an O.
Okay.
And so if it's all taken, it'll return probably true, right? And if it is not, it'll reply false.
Okay.
Hmm.
So this is a Boolean, dot all.
Exactly. It's
Okay.
well, dot all isn't always a Boolean. Well, like, maybe it is. I'm not 100% sure, but the reason you'll respond to true or false is this equal sign. So
Okay.
you're saying everything to the left must be equal to something on the right. In this case, it's something because of the or.
Yep.
But that's the magic. The magic is that the double equal there.
Okay.
So a draw when you're playing a game is if nobody won, but no more. There's no more like viable positions to play, right? So this is saying, hey, if the method won, if nobody ever won, right, and if it's full, then we know that it's a draw,
Right.
right? So that's like just calling on those 2 methods. And then for the method over, it's kind of the same thing. So over is saying that you either, because that, remember the double, what's
Pipe.
that called?
Double
Pipes.
pipe.
Double
Or
pipes. The pipes mean or, right? So
Mhm.
if it's over, you either won or it's a draw, right?
Right.
Yep.
So the winner then in the method winner is being defined by this either a winning combination, right, would equal 1, or so. Okay, this is cool. This is cool. Can you go back up to your method 1, please? So what winner is doing is it's saying, hey, whatever combination this was, we're going to
Yeah.
temporarily save it as another variable. So if we go back down, so it's saying, hey, whatever set of 3, right, that we got that won is going to be saved as a winning combo. And then the board will put that down. So it'll display which 3 won. And then this dot first, I think, tells you who it was, maybe.
Yeah, it pulls the first person, first whatever, right? Out of the array.
Yeah, I believe so. So it just tells you, hey, this is an X or this is no. If I'm understanding that right. If we didn't know, we could pry it. Yeah. So this next, does that make sense, guys? I know that I'm just
Yeah.
moving through this.
It's just
Kinda.
Kinda.
We watching this video.
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. Like, I would recommend watching this video and then watching the one where. Oh wait, Enoch hasn't done it, but I have a feeling he probably will talk about it.
I hope so.
And so many people have had problems with it.
Yeah. All right. So then the play method is saying, hey, while it's not over, the next turn should start, right? So while, and then you've got the, what's that one called again?
Banger or banger?
The banger? Yeah. While the banger is like the opposite value. So while it's not over, right, initiate another turn, or in code language, initiate the method turn.
Mm-hmm. And if one puts congratulations.
Yep, to the winner, which it'll put in like an X or an O, just based on the method winner that was right above. And then else if it'll say draw.
Oh yeah. And we're out of here.
You know what's interesting? I don't have any pull requests.
What do you mean you don't have any pull requests?
If I go
Like-
to my own.
Well, that just means that nobody tried pulling from
Oh.
your, yeah.
Okay.
I tried to upload it and I got errors. No.
Make sure you have the class in there. That was my error.
Yeah.
Make sure that's a class TicTacToe.
Wait.
All right. Email parser. Let's bang it out.
Okay. Should I do this one?
Yeah, if you can.
If I can. Dude, my brain is so fried. All right.
Okay, but at least this one I can can help you out a lot.
Yeah, that'll be good. Jelly Bean, I know you're hungry.
That other one was just that was bananas.
That was
super long.
That
All right.
was so crazy.
This one is actually like really